Hi guys, 14 Prime here, back with the video that everyone's already done. Sorry this is taking so long. Video scheduling has kind of been a bit iffy. I've had a lot more going on in life this year so far. So, not sure if we should be doing weekly videos. I am still working on customs. Since the ones right now I can't show off because they're for other people and they have to get them first. They will be reviewed though. So, be on the lookout for that. But anyways, we're here with the top 22 of 2022, where I pretty much just kind of take a look back at everything I got last year. The only rule is I have to have purchased it last year. Like, of course, it could have come out last year, which a lot of this stuff did come out last year. So that usually shows there was a pretty good year for figure collecting, which I think it was. We had a Legacy start kicking off, and I love it a lot. Like it's really, even as of this recording, I have Lio Convoy, and he's pretty great. Got Hot Shot, he's good. Like I'm enjoying the direction of just kind of like all these varied designs. My wallet isn't at all, but me personally, yeah. So anyways, like I mentioned before, the only rule is I have to purchase it. This could have came out in 2022. This could have came out in 1984. It just as long as it was in my home, shipped to me, or just, I don't know, from a store last year. So anyways, let's kick this off with number 22, Universe Sunstorm. Very random one to kick it off with. Of course, I do, kind of known for the Shattered Glass thing, and this is one of the reuses I needed. I finally picked it up last year because I found it for a good price. It didn't come with the Perceptor repaint, unfortunately. And then I was kind of bummed out about it. I was like, oh well. And then Transformerland put one up the other day for slightly less than what I paid for this, but complete. So great. Anyways, I do just love the deco on this. I love orange and white as a color scheme. While this is more so yellow and white, I do still really appreciate it. And plus, it's a fun little figure. Honestly, like I expected this to be kind of bad, and while it isn't great, it's not nearly as terrible as I expected. I did get lazy and just put stickers over the insignias because I did not feel like painting them. But yeah, that is number 22. And number 21, we're finally kicking off stuff that came out last year. Studio Series Brawn. Now, I'm not really a big fan of a lot of the Bumblebee movie designs and like the figures that came out in Studio Series. A lot of them are fine, they're alright. I'm just like not a fan of the design, or I just genuinely do not like the figure at all. But Brawn here is like one of the few exceptions because he's really, really good. I just really like the muted colors he has going on. The fact that he sort of just looks like a grunt. Like this is exactly how Brawn should be. He is a grunt. He's also the only one of the figures that can two-hand his gun, despite the fact that all of them in the movie were two-handing their guns. So, I mean, pretty great. And he has this accessory that I wish he could do something with, other than just have it for the alt mode or use it as a weird spike. But yeah, I just really love this design. The alt mode too actually feels Cybertronian, which a lot of them do, but this one especially is just such an odd, weird shape, and I think it just works. But yeah, pretty fun figure. I really don't know if you still get him nowadays. I think so. I think he might still be on Amazon, but I'm probably wrong. I haven't had to think about it since what, March? Like March is when this came out. So, but yeah, that is number 21. And number 20, we have Legacy Tarantulas, which everyone in the comments is screaming because he's number 20. I do still love him. Tarantulas is like one of my favorite characters in Beast Wars, so whenever the leaks came out, Tarantulas' figure was one of the ones I was the most hyped for. Him and Inferno. I was really excited for him. I do still like Tarantulas. He's not perfect to me. Like the bug legs, I know it's part of his design, but they just bother me. They get in the way a lot with me trying to pose them. Like just the whole mass here just kind of annoys me. Like those little things here and there that kind of annoy me about him, which is why he's down here. But I do still really enjoy this figure. He's very well articulated. I love the foot articulation. I can point, go up, and then even ankle tilts, even though it is kind of loose on mine. But yeah, he's very solid. Highly recommend. Good lad. Then even his back, even though it's just a shell. I think it's funny. He's like he's wearing a little backpack. It's kind of cute. He's going camping. And number 19 is a little bit of a cheat because it isn't really one thing, but this is a personal list, so, yeah. Number 19 is pretty much just all the Be Cools I got this year. Gonna explain what these are. If you did not know, few people do. The Bot Shots line, thing I'm a big fan of, had a Japanese release called, that was just, I think just Be Cool. Was just the name of it. And so what this was there wasn't really like a game or anything. This was just treated as like baby's first Transformer in Japan, but they made a few unique ones. And I, being me, I really just wanted to complete the Bot Shots line, but I used Bai and found most of these. Actually, this was a three pack that was based on Transformers Go, and I got that as a birthday gift. I think it was birthday. I'm pretty sure it was birthday. But the rest of them I got off Bai, which is like all 4 of the launchers, and the I know you're not. I don't think you're called Garbage Truck, but I cannot remember the name because they all don't have names. It's just like this is Yellow Jet, and this is like Trailer, I think, something like that. So that's just how they work. But yeah, the only Be Cool I need now between the ones I got last year and then this year is just the Garbage Truck, which is just like a Ultra Magnus repaint of Optimus, which I'm gonna pick up eventually just because I have almost all the unique ones anyway. So I don't really, but I don't like need it yet. I'll probably get it next year sometime. It's just finding one is a little bit difficult. But yeah, that's number 19. All these little fellas, which again, is it cheating to put like 7 or 8 things as one? Yeah, but it's my list. I can do it. No one even knows what these are. Everyone's gonna forget about them in like seconds. But anyways, going back, number 18 is the Bumblebee movie Shockwave. Now I just really like this Core Class figure. It's just really fun. I think it's a pretty good toy. Everyone harped on this thing so bad because they're like, oh, I want a Voyager one. Why is he small? And I'm like, let him be small. Let him be small, you know? Like, they're going to make a Voyager probably eventually. Surprised they haven't yet. But, I mean, Rise of the Beast is going to be a big thing this year, so who knows? But, I mean, it's going to happen. Like, they're not just going to be like, no, we're just going to make Shockwave Core Class and call it a day. Though, I at the same time, I kind of hope that doesn't age poorly. Because I don't actually... Like, I like this figure so much, and I don't even like the Bumblebee movie Shockwave design. It's the worst looking one in the film to me. But this figure just makes me kind of like it. I don't know if it's just because he's small. I don't know if it's just because like it fixes any of the proportional issues, which it sort of does. But I mean, he's just really fun. Shockwave just getting a lot of the really good small scale figures. I don't know what it is about Shockwave and small scale, but he he works it. He works it. And then number 17. We have another little fella, New Age Mirage. New Age has been kind of quiet this year for Shattered Glass, no? Is it just me? Because it's just like, I feel like we haven't got too much. Like, we got this, I think we got Beachcomber. We got Grimlock at the tail end. He's pretty cool. I don't think he ended up on the lists, but he is still pretty neat. And I think Starscream, I want to say. But yeah, it's just kind of like, I don't know, like nothing, was it Prime? Did Prime come out there this year? I don't know. I feel like New Age like did all their stuff for me in the first half of the year, and so the second half they've just been like out of my mind. But when I was making the list and I was like revisiting figures that I gotten throughout the year, I really liked Mirage. Like I'm not a huge fan of his G1 design, like straight G1. Like I really like the classics design, but I just really like this guy. I like how he's engineered. I think he has a really fun transformation. And it's one of the few clear toys I own because I do not like clear plastic figures. I only own 3. And 2 of them are because Shattered Glass Mirage. The other one is the Unite Warriors Ghost Starscream. Those are my 3 clear toys. But yeah, he's just fun. Like I like the mold. I think it's really neat. Let me kind of explore the G1 design of Mirage and kind of like it a little bit more. I think it's worth it. If you collect Legend Scale, I think Mirage from New Age is worth your time. Any version, I guess. Because, I mean, he's clear and he hasn't really... Like, he has some loose hips, but he's always had some loose hips. He hasn't broken yet. So we're doing good. We're doing it. We're doing good. And number 16, I'm going to move the camera up a bit because it's going to need it. At number 16, we have MPM Blackout. I did not even move the camera up enough. He's big. He big. Here we go. Move these lights a little bit too. There we go. It's slightly better. Yeah, he big for one. Don't think I mentioned it. But I remember a lot of people complained when he came out because he looked just like the Studio Series one. And then my thoughts on that is just, yeah, the Studio Series one was really good. What? Of course it looks like that. This is more or less the Studio Series toy, but 3 times as complex, and I guess just kind of perfect. I'm not really a fan of the transformation. Like, the transformation gets a bit more annoying now. It's not bad, but like there's some parts of it that just really annoy me. But he also does come with a really nice little Scorponok that's actually articulated. I love this little guy. He's so fun. He's cute. But yeah, I even saw someone say like some Targets have him for like $50 now on sale. I don't know. Surprised the KO hasn't come out, or maybe it has and I just haven't paid attention. But yeah, I think he's worth the pickup. Especially if in Studio Series you can technically use it as Grindor, since Grindor is supposed to be bigger anyway. I don't know if they're going to make a Grindor repaints just to capitalize on this thought, but probably not. Maybe a KO company will. I don't know. But yeah, he nice, he big, and helicopter mode is genuinely beautiful. Like, oh my god. I don't like to get there, but getting there, man, it's something. And for number 15, I should probably move the camera down, but I didn't think about it, so I'm going to put them down. We have Shatterglass, the Shatterglass Slicer and Exosuit pack, which is one of the few times I'm going to call it that, but it is Shatterglass Wheeljack, and then Shatterglass Roy Ritchie. So here they both are. I just really love this set so much. I think it's really fun. Like, the Energon weapons being here is great. They have like that weird folding thing, which I remember when I first did that, I thought I broke the gun. I was just like, oh my god, I snapped it in half. But just, it somehow feels like the most Shatterglass thing in Wave 2, even though it's actively trying to be more action mastery. I think it's just because this Wheeljack deco is so great. The Slicer deco in general is awesome, but how this figure did it, fantastic. The Toy Hacks labels do make it look a little bit better, but I do like it just as is. I just hate the fact that the logo, the insignia is right there, and I can't make it right there. And then this boy, this bright red and pink lad who I put right next to Shatterglass Thundercracker because they are the bright fellas. They put Universe Sunstorm in there. You got a glowing quartet, you know, or a glowing triple threat. There we go. But yeah, it's just really fun because it feels like one of those like unique Shatterglass ideas. And he's just a new Shatterglass Decepticon, an actual Shatterglass Decepticon, which the new Shatterglass is severely lacking. So I mean, it's just fun all around. Plus I like this mold a lot. And while I'm not a huge fan of the mold as Wheeljack, I do think it's all right on the whole. And again, like the colors and the new guns really help it be a bit more lively. So yeah, just solid 2-pack. I'm pretty sure it still on Hasbro Pulse. I think all of Wave 2 is still on Hasbro Pulse. So definitely, like, if you get one thing from Wave 2, definitely get that 2-pack. I think Blaster is also really good to get, but like the 2-pack, I think is probably my favorite thing to come out. But that's just me personally. I think Wave 1 is mostly sold out, but I don't know. And anyways, number 14. Grab them over here. We have Studio Series Sideways. Now, I really like the Bayverse side of Studio Series. Every day I miss the days, and it was just the lads, you know. Now we got all this Studio Series 86 and Buzzworthy's somewhere in there, and Bumblebee Movie, and apparently War for Cybertron toys, according to leaks. We still haven't seen them. I want to see them. I need to see them. I need to know. We all need to know. But Sideways, like Studio Series Bayverse, they got like nothing last year. It was Dino and Jolt were the only two new molds. Everything else was repaints. But they came back with like vengeance this year because most of them were just absolute bangers. They were really good. Oh my god. And Sideways is definitely one of them. He's a character like obviously no one cares about. Even me as someone who loves like the Michael Bay movies, I don't overly care about him. This is one of those figures that I wish the Studio Series line did like old school toy repaints. They do toy accurate repaints for G1. Why can't they do them for these guys? Especially since I'm pretty sure his car mode isn't even licensed because they couldn't get the license. So like they could do him. I think they could. They don't even have the excuse of the car licensing is expensive to do multiple repaints. Like come on, it'd be awesome. Yeah, just the figure itself is just so much fun. It was, I think, the first taste of like Bayverse Studio Series I had during the year, so it like blew me away. Like all the articulation he has, and just like the fun weapon integration here with like the whole thumb and going over there. I love the the articulation, even the door wings you can pose around how you want. And then the shoulders, like this one kind of sucks at locking in, but I mean you can also sort of use it. And then the claw hands. I love the claw hands. For some reason, this figure makes me wish they'd go back and do like a new Barricade, because his basic design is Barricade, right? Like doors on, like he's got like the only thing different is like I guess the torso, like the limbs, just look very Barricade to me. Even there's wheels in there, like Barricade has. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe Sideways was like designed based on Barricade. Just no one figured it out yet. But yeah, very solid lad. I think he's still available online in places. Very much worth getting. Highly recommend. He fun. He cool. Me like him a lot. And now for number 13. The last thing you'd expect to find in your Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom toy line is an early Legacy figure. But here's Kingdom/Legacy Blaster. Which, this was my first figure of 2022, and he stayed in my mind as, like, the best one for a good half of the year. That's just how much I really enjoyed this thing. Like, it's just the perfect Blaster figure. Like, I've always loved the Titans Return one, but of course it is a bit big, a little bit hollow. He's not, like, perfect, but I always thought he was really fun. Which I still do, but this one is just amazing. Like, I don't really even have issues. Like, yeah, he has no wrists. Oh well. And I mean the transformation is really fun. He's got modernized articulation, and then the alt mode is actually like mostly filled in and perfectly like rectangular and is consistently colored, which you think wouldn't be issues, but Netflix Soundwave exists, and like I don't even want another like G1 Soundwave design. I want to move on to like Vans and Stealth Bombers and the absolute nonsense I need Legacy and Earthspark to give me. But at the same time, I kind of want them to do a new G1 Soundwave, like a new mold, just because this is so good, it makes the Netflix one look worse by comparison. But still, I really like this figure. I think the mold's great to get, this one or the Shattered Glass version, or Twin Cast, since that's probably still happening. We'll see when Hasbro does it. It probably will. It'll probably come Rewind, and I'll buy it. I'll probably end up keeping it for a while. It's this mold. I love it. But yeah, highly recommend whichever version you get, because both versions are the same. And for number 12, we have Legacy Inferno, the proper Inferno. I don't even think of the G1 character when I think of Inferno. I think of this guy. But he's really good. I wasn't even expecting to find him when I did. He was just there in Target. I haven't seen Starscream in stores. I never saw Starscream in stores. I don't think I saw like a good. I barely even saw any Wave 2 and 3. I think the only Wave 2 Deluxe I saw in stores was Knockout, and then Wave 3 I think I saw Tarantulas. Never seen most of the Stunticons. I see Dragstrip everywhere I go, but like the rest of them. Never seen him. Never heard of him. Don't know who a Wild Rider or a Dead End is. Or a Motormaster. I don't know. But Inferno here. Fantastic update. The really weird thing, I guess, is hands. It just looks weird. Like, it just looks like you get all this nice sculpting there and it just looks plain. Like, he has basic claw. He has Lego hands. That's a Lego claw hand. And I love it. Be like that face. I gotta get a close one on this face. This face, everyone's seen it already, but this head sculpt, crazy. The mouth and the fact they actually got like an opening jaw, so you can scream into the void. Love it. You can. Oh my god! If you do the jaw enough, you can see through his head. It's brilliant. But yeah, absolutely amazing figure. Get one, even if you're not a Beast Wars fan. Get one. I don't know how to convince you other than the fact that he's got a lot of junk in the trunk, and there's a fan in there. I think that's convincing enough, and that should be it. That should motivate you. And for number 11, another one that will get me lynched because he is this low. We have Victory Saber, and I once again did not estimate how tall I'd have to make the camera. That's as high as it goes. Wait, no, it's not. There we go. It's just struggling to get this high. It's like I've never been this high before. But yeah. See, I do still love this. All right, don't kill me. This is fantastic. I love this set a lot. I already had the Planet X Star Saber, and in some ways, I think it is better than this one. But I love the G1 design of Star Saber because I like the classic Gundam aesthetic. And so this is basically that as a Transformer. And so I decided to back it. And I don't regret that. I really like it. I don't know if it'll stay in the collection for forever. I do really enjoy them. I did not get Deathsaurus, though. I was tempted, but it was a mix of... I'm not a big fan of Deathsaurus' design. There's a hot take, I guess. I don't know. And I didn't have $180 just to drop. And I wasn't paying more on like BBTS or anything, even though I could pay less in the moment. But I'm fine not having it. But I do really enjoy Victory Saber and even Victory Leo. I really didn't care for Victory Leo. I mean, I got this for Star Saber. Victory Leo's fun. I think he's really cool. And I'm definitely getting that DNA kit because man needs a better sword. It's pathetic. And we are finally in the top 10, which is probably the list more people care about. And for number 10, we have Legacy Starscream. I mentioned I didn't see it in stores, but that's because we all buy our toys off Amazon now. Or BBTS. I don't know. We don't get toys in stores anymore. Every now and again, sort of. So. Mainly exclusives because you have to. But, I really like Armada, and so seeing Armada and like Unicron trilogy as a whole coming back this year, insane. Love it. I mean, last year, just insane. And then of course we continued it with Hotshot, and Hotshot's great. I like Starscream a little bit more though, probably, but he's really fun. I'm excited for the repaints, like the Thundercracker, maybe a Skywarp. Fingers crossed. I'm sort of tempted to do like a fun like Shattered Glass version of it eventually. I don't know if I will. It's just kind of an idea pop around in my head. We'll see. I don't want to get anyone's hopes up with that one, but we'll see. But yeah, he's really fun. He's much better than the Thrilling 31. Well, it's still fun mold. I still have the like Collector's Club versions of it. I do think this definitely improved on it. I'm really happy for it. Granted, there's no swindle, like there's no mini-cons in the new ones, and unlike Hotshot, he doesn't even have a port back here. Because, swindle would normally, like, blink there, and then the guns would do their thing, but, like, he can't do that. He can't do that here. So even if they make a swindle at some point, he won't be able to interact. I don't think he has any mini-con ports, but that does bother me a little bit. It didn't bother me at first. But it started bothering me the more figures I got that are, like, Unicron Trilogy based. I don't know if they're going to, like, continue it as we go on, or if they're going to, like, start putting Minicon ports on a little more often. I don't know. Would be pretty nice. Or maybe even with some of the repaints of, like, these, like, Power Links Hotshot, or, again, Thundercracker, Skywarp, Ramjet, whatever they want to do. Maybe they could put a port, like, maybe, like, there. Like, just get rid of the 5mm hole and just put, like, a Minicon port right there. Be fun. Be nice. But yeah, just minor little thing that bothers me. And for number 9, we have Studio Series The Fallen, which I once again need to raise the camera because he's big. like I said with Sideways, Studio Series is on fire with Bayverse stuff this year. Like, it was like 5 releases. I still don't have Crosshairs. I have the others. I still don't have Crosshairs. I'm getting them given at some point. He's probably the weakest one. Well, I guess Laserbeak technically counts, and that's the only one that I think is genuinely bad. He's really bad. Oh my god. I don't want to... If I made like a top worst list, it wouldn't have been that long, but Laserbeak would have been on that list. But The Fallen is great. It's just amazing seeing this design actually done properly. Since we've had, it's sort of like I guess it's sort of like ones like Sideways or even Galvatron, where it's like we've had one toy of this character for over a decade. Like The Fallen, like the Bayverse version of The Fallen has only had like one. I mean, of course, he's got like tie-in toys and like a Robo Epica, Legends of that, but like one like mainline toy. So it's kind of great seeing like Jim just come back with a bang, you know. It's just cool. Like, I love this. Even the transformation is pretty fun. The only thing I wish he had was a waist, just based on how all this works here and like this armature thing and how this folds back. They couldn't really do it, but I do still like how he is. I guess articulated hands would be kind of nice, which I don't know if DNA wants to get it. They like their articulated hands. You know, they make those. They make their kits really. Those articulated hands make those kits extremely expensive. Like, he decided to fall. How do you fall with feet this big? But for this guy, I'd get some new hands. He's worth it. But yeah, The Fallen. I think he's starting to show up in stores a bit more now. I've seen some people say that they saw him whenever the Dark Moon Prime reissue came out. I've seen him in stores like once, and that was it. That's how it goes, right? And for number 8, bring the camera down for this one, we have another release that only I care about. Botshot's Inferno. I got him. We got him, boys. We did it. He's here. He's in my house. It was like September, and I finally got one. Last year I was really after one. I got the rest of his wave, I think last year, the year before, but I couldn't get him. For some reason, he's really hard to find, but a friend of mine gifted him to me. Oh my god, it was amazing. It's a good day. I got him. It's him. Botshot's Inferno. We did it. He's here. Little yellow man. Who could basically also just be Botshot's Splendid Convoy. Even though it's a yellow repaint of the Sentinel Prime, which is, you know, based on Dark Moon. But he great. I love him. I love having him. I love just looking at him, being like, man, he's in my house. I got like 3 more Botshots I have to get. I hope they end up on the top list of 2023. Then I can be done with the Botshots toy line as a whole. The only line I actually want to complete. But yeah, he great. I love him. I know no one else cares, but I care. I care about him, and that's what matters to me. And number 7, we have Velocitron Scourge. Now I know a lot of people were peeved off. He doesn't have the right shade of teal and like not a lot of gray, which is fair. You're absolutely valid. It does make sense just because, you know, they focus a lot on accuracy. It's kind of the same reason Prime fans are mad. They focus so much on accuracy these days, and yet sometimes they just actively choose not to. But I still like this a lot. I already love the mold. Like, you've sold me on the mold in general. Like, the Prime, it's kind of like, I know it's meant to just be like G2 Laser Prime, but with the flames and like being the semi-truck, it sort of feels like a Chug Bayverse figure, which it's weird. We kind of get those every now and again. We got him, like Earthspark, Bumblebee, the War for Cybertron Barricades, even Super Megatron to an extent. Like it's weird, right? Like we get them sort of unintentionally, but it's fun. I hope this weird trend keeps going. Come on, Legacy, give us a Blackout. Like, they make it like animated Blackout. Come on, we need it. But yeah, I love this mold a lot, and so of course a black repaint has me sold. And it's Scourge. I love Scourge so much. So I'm glad to have like a new toy of him, even if it isn't like completely accurate. I don't mind. The pink's really fun. The teal is beautiful. The light piping, kills me. It's so good. Just glowing. He's glowing. It's amazing. But yeah, I did paint mine a little bit. Like, I did add a little bit more gray. And then I painted these because it kind of bothered me. They were just, like, red. And then I painted a little bit of gray there. So, like, I added a little bit of gray back into it. But I do still like how it looks on the whole. The Toy Hacks labels, though, really do help if you want that accuracy. So, if you want that, definitely go after those. They look amazing. But I'm fine with him as is, personally. And for number 6, we got another really weird one. Something that some people are going to know what it is. A lot of people are probably going to be confused. It is the tripod is really not liking me today. The Star Wars crossover series, Darth Vader. Now, this is one that I've wanted to get for a long... Like, it's the only Star Wars Transformers crossover toy I've actively wanted. The other ones I have, I just kind of... And the other ones I've had, either, like, you know, I got them as a kid, or, like, it was that one where I somehow found one in Walmart during, like... What was it, like, Titans Return? Like, it was during the Prime Wars trilogy. And there was just one in a Walmart. Like, in a Walmart clearance aisle. Brand new. I don't know how it ended up there, but I had to buy it just for the story. But I finally got one. It's just so hard to find this guy because he has so many little accessories and whatnot. But I got him complete, working and all, for $35. Like, he still has his dumb gimmicks. He still does things. He's a wreck. Like, he barely stands. Like, he's widely stanced, and every single time I put him down, his hips spread further because his ratchets are not great. It's got all little minifigures, and even the Darth Vader one. Get him out. Even the Darth Vader one, I added a little bit of, like, silver paint. Just to bring out some of them details a little bit. Put him back in there. But yeah, he's got the minifigures, he's got the TIE fighters, the accessories, the cape, all that. It's just dumb. This thing is so dumb. No matter how you think about it, this is stupid. This is absolutely idiotic to exist. And that's why I love it so much. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful piece of absolute nonsense. And if you can find one for like 40 or less, used complete, I'd say go for it. If it's like sealed, maybe 50, 55. But if you like Star Wars and Transformers, it's a party on legs. Barely working legs. Bringing the camera back down with the tripod. Really not liking this. I gotta check on my tripod after this video. Number 5, we have Studio Series Galvatron. Now, Galvatron's a design that I know a lot of people hate. I love it, personally. I think it's really cool. Like, yeah, it defies the laws of, like, a good Transformers design, but I still think I think it's an awesome look. I don't know what it is. Like, the head is amazing. I love, like, the whole hole in the chest thing. This general aesthetic is just really neat to me. And they made a good toy of it. Like, the Age of Extinction one sucks. So bad. And this one, while it isn't perfect, it's, like, probably as good as we can get at a size that makes sense. Like, if they made this a liter, it probably would have been actually perfect. Like, unironically, 100% perfect. But as is, he's genuinely fantastic. Like, he has, like, really cool stuff, like proper weapon storage. Like, they use this hollow space for something. You can store the weapons in both modes. He's got, like, a freaking ab crunch here, just due to the transformation that you can use. Like, butterfly joints also do the... Like, he's very articulated. Pretty well painted. I did add a little bit to him. Some silver and some copper. Just to pick him out a little bit. A little more. But yeah, he's just really, really good. I cannot recommend this toy enough. If you can get one, if you're a fan of the design, definitely worth it. This was the biggest surprise to me for Studio Series this year. And a little bit of spoilers, but this is the best Hashtag did in 2022, in my opinion. I genuinely love this. I cannot recommend it enough if you're a fan of it. I know a lot of people aren't, but I think it's really good for what it had to do, and it's pulled it off. Even the back, pretty fairly nice. Like, it isn't perfect. Like I said, this isn't perfect, but it's amazing. It's beautiful. And for number 4, we once again have to raise the camera. Really don't know why my tripod's fighting me so much. But for number 4, we have Transart's Megatron, which once again, I did not raise it up enough. Camera, I'm sorry. So the Beast Wars Transmetals, I don't know if this is a hot take, like just specifically not Transmetal 2, Transmetal, is my favorite designs for like most of the characters that got them, at least in the show. I think Primal is the only one that's like very slightly a downgrade, but even then I absolutely love the design a lot. And Transart has been making my dreams come true and giving us like newer versions of them, which are basically just the old toys but just updated, which is fair because the old toys are already pretty good figures. And Transmetal Megatron is my second favorite of all of those designs. And my favorite Beast Wars Megatron design, number 1 is Tarantulas. He's perfect. But Transart said they're doing a new one, and I was all in. Which, the weird thing is, when I first got it, I wasn't a big fan of it. I think it's because like there's paint chipping on the fingers, and it kind of bothers me. And then getting the weapon like on his arm is very annoying. But I mean, otherwise, it pretty good. It's big. It's got a nice weight to it. It's got like die casts in the feet, and then these are also completely metal, so he's very stable. There's even like actual suspension in this tire for some reason. Very weird. All right. But he's great. I love it. It's not like it's not perfect, but it pretty much does exactly what I would have wanted. It took the old toy, updated it, and just made it beautiful. You can I just love how much you can do, because I remember in the show all the time, the shoulder pads would just be down. You can have like that. You can have like that now. You can flare them out. It's just really cool. I love messing with this now. I don't do it too often just because he's big, as you can tell, but he's pretty fun. In the beast mode is great. The beast mode head sculpt, beautiful, just perfection. Oh yeah, one thing that does kind of suck is his ab crunch is a little loose. And now for number 3, we bring the camera back down. Does not approve of these. Number 3, once again, Transart has my heart. And that is showing my only problem with this figure. Or like my only like big problem. Everything else I have is sort of just minor. Weird me issues. But Transart Rat Trap. Pretty much just got him. I think I got him like either late November or like early December. Like he was fairly new. And he's really good. Like this isn't just the original toy, but updated. This is them like actually do like it is very much the original toy's idea, but they had to do the task of flipping the backpack, which they didn't really like flip the backpack. They flipped the robot, which is really funny to me. He's just really good. Like all this silver paint is done really well. He has very nice articulation. The main thing I hate is these heels because they need to like lock. What's weird is there is like a click, or like a soft click, but it's past it for some reason. Like yeah, I wish he's like solidly locked into place because he likes to fall back a lot because he has a lot of stuff on his back. But yeah, I can take these off and do the whole shields. He's got see kind of down there. He's got the bombs in the arms. He's got like pretty good articulation. The hands are so weird because Transart's weird with their hands. Like it looks, you can't really make it look good, you know. Like it looks good, they sort of open, but like that's about it. I don't know what's up with them in hands. The head sculpts, beautiful. But it's also kind of funny is they sort of homage the original one, even though I'm pretty sure it's just in the show design. But like these are fake. This is a fake rat head that you actively tab together and fold in to get the real one out. And I don't know why, but that's really funny to me in the transformation. But yeah, he's just very, very solid. Even has the gun. Never had the gun, so I mean, the fact that I have it now, it's great. But, like if you like the Transmetal designs, get on the Transart figures. They got issues here and there, a little bit of jank, especially with Primal. Weirdly, I wish they do a new Primal. There was such a jump in quality between him and Cheetor that he just feels outdated now. But yeah, if you like Rat Trap, and if you like the Transmetal design, definitely worth getting. For number 2, we raised the camera up a little bit, but I think this much should be fine. Number 2, we have Leader Class 2007 Deep Desert Brawl. Now, this is another one that I just really wanted. I actually had this one as a kid, I remember really wanting the green one. I finally got the green one after a while, and then recently I decided I really wanted this one, and it was super hard to find one. Like, he was always like over $100, and I'm like, I love this mold, but it ain't worth that much. But I mainly wanted this because I think the colors are really nice. I love the Allspark repaints. And I really regretted getting rid of my old one. And I also got it like I got it like sealed too, so I have the box and everything. It's awesome. But yeah, it's just because he was really hard to get, I think, is why he's up here, and also the fact that this is my favorite tank Transformer mold ever. Just period. It like in tank mode, it literally just feels like a toy tank. And then even in robot mode, this personifies this is a tank. There's weapons everywhere, gimmicks galore. It's fantastic. And then in robot mode, I think the colors are so much better than the original one. The tank mode, I think the original one shines a lot more because this one it has this neat like sort of like a not tan like damaged effect, but it barely does it. But that's because they used a lot of the money here. And I also think it's neat comparing the two because where they put the paint is very different. Like on the thighs, the regular Brawl, I'm pretty sure has the paint just like going up here, whereas this one doesn't have it there, but then has some Allspark blue highlighting a different detail. I don't know, it's just dumb things like that I think are really cool. But yeah, this is probably another one that's like sort of just me. I don't know. I think the mold's great. If you can find one for about 60 or less, I'd say it's worth it. I remember Transformer Land, it'll have the regular one for like 65 sometimes. That's how I got mine, even though it's still missing a claw. Never gonna find that claw, Emma. And for the final figure, raise it up just a little bit. My number 1 favorite figure of 2022, Lego Optimus Prime. Can we even get up here? Tripod, I'm begging you. Work with me. Here he is, just. So, as a kid, I was really into both Legos and Transformers, but I kind of got to a point when I decided which one I liked more, and you see where that ended up. But whenever this was announced, I was over the moon, like genuinely shocked that this is a thing. I'm still amazed it's in my house. It came out too. It was kind of trippy because we're all used to Hasbro, where like we get it leaked to us 2 months before it's revealed. And then the pre-order says it's not going to come out to the other half of the year. And then one day Amazon's like, hey, your thing's coming 2 months early. And that's how figures are done these days. But this was just like revealed in early May. And then put up, and then had some promotional stuff going on throughout the month. And then in June, you could buy it. Just straight up buy it. There's no you just get it. And I got this for my birthday. And I love it. I love it so much. I had such a fun time building it. You didn't see this in the collection video, if you watched the collection video. I hope so. I hope you guys liked it. But you didn't see this in the collection video because it's not actually in the collection. It sits on my table in the corner, and I just look at it like every day. I'll transform it occasionally, or just like kind of get into a different pose. But it's just so nice. It's just kind of mind blowing. This is real. And I love it. I love it so much. I hope they do more. I think Soundwave would be a really good one to do, because he's very blocky. Like the logical one, of course, is Megatron, but like you can't really do the G1 Megatron design like this. Even if you make it to a tank, I'm sure it's still gonna be very difficult. But I don't know. We'll see where this goes. I hope this is more than just a one-off. Please do one of these like every year. I'll buy it. Make it a line. Make it a line. Make a Lego line of these. I mean, not like this, but I mean, make them a little smaller, please. If it's a whole line, I want to be able to afford food for the week, But yeah, fantastic figure. Just as on the whole, 2022 was pretty good for collectors. We eaten good. We got like Legacy kicked off. Love it. Had a really good time. Stuff like other figures that I got, I think are worthy of mentioning, like Bulkhead, the Studio Series Hot Rod. He's really good. I'm trying to think of a few others even there. The IDW stuff happening, like we got that Blur, which he's not like top worthy, but I think he's just interesting. He's like an interesting figure to exist. Man, what else? The Bumblebee Movie RC. That was pretty neat. It's not perfect, but I think it's still pretty. I think it's still pretty fun. Yeah, we got a Goldbug, like the regular Goldbug. It's pretty cool. Oh yeah, and the New Age Prime. I'm pretty sure that came out this year. I'm pretty sure. I weirdly do not remember for some reason. My brain is just telling me that that it was, and I'm gonna take its word. But I think that was really great. But just I don't know. On the whole, I think collecting in 2022 was pretty good. We had a good couple of lines going on. We got some really cool stuff. We got this, MPM Blackout, like some big ones. Big lads. Victory Saber came out. Again, Studio Series Bayverse came back with a bang. And there's the Bumblebee movie stuff is alright. So I got some fun stuff. Like I think most of them are fine, but it's just like nothing I'm overly into, I guess. But yeah, really excited for 2023. We got like the Rise of the Beasts movies happening. Yeah, finally. We got like leaks and stuff of some of the toys and even reveals. Like Cheetor was revealed like 2 days ago as with this recording. And I think he's cool. I like him. I see a lot of the Digibashes of him in like far better colors. It really is just the colors, ain't it? Yeah. Airazor? Yeah, it's the Kingdom Airazor mold. So I'm probably gonna get it. Because I love that mold too much to not do it again. Other leak, like the Shatterglass Grimlock leak. Excited for that. Armada Prime on the poster. We doing it? Or are we actually doing it at Hasbro? Is it real? Please be real. We've been asking, we've been begging for it since 2019, 2018? Years ago. I finally stopped seeing images of the prototype. I think a few months before it came out, before that Legacy poster dropped. In Tarn, I haven't got Tarn yet. I don't know if I want him for sure, but I am interested in it. Maybe Shatterglass Tarn. Don't get your hopes up. These are just off the wall random ideas. Shatterglass Tarn, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, really excited for what 2023 has. Really hope it's good. Hope we have another solid year. And yeah. As for the channel, of course, we're still gonna be doing customs and stuff. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I don't know if weekly videos are still gonna be a thing. It might just be whenever I can get them out. Which we'll see. I do want to cover New Age Grimlock as I have him. I haven't done it yet. And customs I have. I'm working on some, but I can't really upload the video until they get to where they need to go. So I'll have 2 custom review videos just on the back burner for whenever they finally get there. I'm gonna record it, of course, before I ship these things off. And yeah, we'll see where the channel goes this year. See what happens. Hope for the best. But yeah. Anyways, that is pretty much all I have to say. So please be sure to check out my channel for more video and custom reviews, and please don't forget to subscribe. You can also come check out my Facebook and Twitter pages down in the description below. And this is the 14th Prime, signing out.